Welcome back, Enshrouded adventurers. So, SeaDog here, and a new game. So, having played quite a lot of Valheim, I thought I'd branch into something ever so slightly different. I've heard very good reviews about this game. So, we're going to jump in. We're going to create a character. Let's have a quick look. Pasty white. He looks fairly grizzled. Let's give him a somewhat, that's a little bit harsh, a bit fuzzy. I don't know. What do we think? That. That will do, I guess. Give him some dark hair. Let's give him a bit of a fuzzy beard. Liking the bags under the eyes, that certainly rings true. Beard colour, actually you can have a little bit of grey in your beard, that's fine. Brown eyes will do that. Eyebrows, dark. Yes, a nice deep SeaDog voice, magnificent. And, oh, that's not what I meant to change. No. Rename, there we go, that's what I want to do. Character 1 is a little bit of a bland name, so let's call him SeaDog for somewhat obvious reasons. Right, we have our character, so that's confirmed. We will have a private server. So we will create a new world. We will call it SeaDog's World. And what difficulty have we got here? Blah blah, this is balanced. Preset is recommended for a first time experience. Love challenging combat experience. Preset is for you. I think we shall stick with the default initially. So that is fine. And we shall play. A long time ago, a wanderer brought an enthralling gift to the people of Embervale. The elixir. It was a cure, a blessing, a weapon. Once concealed by the ancients, its might had been set free. With it came power, mistrust, and a longing for more. Sounds like beer so far. Humanity dug the elixir wells, ripping apart the land and each other to quench their thirst. See, I told you it was beer. Elixir and blood. A drop for a drop. But from the depths of the wells, an unforeseen curse crept into Embervale. The Shroud, a ruinous fog which sought only to spread and devour. Facing their downfall, ancients and humans united to forge the Flame Ball. Now your time has come. Awake. Okay, I guess that's us. I have popped in just enough to be able to change the controls around, so I'll set them to my Valheim controls because I use the something slightly different from the defaults. So I've had a little bit of a play around. I just wanted to get a little bit of a sense of how it moves, a little bit about the combat, but haven't done much with the storyline. So I've made a few bits and pieces just to be able to understand the beginnings. That's pretty much it. So we have been born, and there we are. Grizzled old flame-born man. Fantastic. New location, the Cinder Vault. Let's commune with the flame. You've slumbered for too long, Flameborn. The realm of Embervale has fallen, consumed by the Shroud. Now the enduring flame calls you. Find a place in the ruined world and construct a flame altar to create shelter from the dark. Well, that sounds like our first mission then, so let's do this. So we can jump. We can't block yet because we need a weapon or a shield for that. We can punch, and we can creep or sneak, and we can dodge roll. So that's all good stuff. Looks like we have something over here. A vast world awaits you, filled with secrets and perils. Press 1 to navigate to the map. Well, okay, yeah, that's a good shout. So we have the map. Quite a big world. That's where we started. This is where we want us to build our first place. Obviously, the arrow is us. We can't see much more than that. Let's quickly go through what else we've got. We've got our journal with quests, and so far, claim a spot for your base. That's the only quest we've got, unsurprisingly. Yes, crafting recipes, and the only crafting recipe that we have so far is the flame altar. But we don't have any stone to build one of those. We have a nice sizable backpack, and we've got our action bar slots. Our character with a slot for a bow, a shield, a backpack extension. We have a grappling hook here. We have a glider, and we've got slots for 2 rings and also for some armor as well, of which our threadbare pants are our only things. And then we have this rather substantial skills table. Again, I've just poked my nose into this. As you start to level up, you gain points, and then you can use those points to allocate to different things, and they will do different things, and they sort of send you off towards sort of various classes. They're not set classes, but they're sort of broad classes in terms of their skill sets. So I'm likely to head down the warrior tank simply because I enjoy the melee combat. But one of the other nice things about it is that having select your skills for a small cost, you can actually reset your skills. So you don't have to stick with the skills that you've chosen if you've decided that you've made a mistake. So I'm just wandering off to the left. We've got some stuff. We've got a mine here. And let's collect a bandage. 2 bandages. What else we got? Can we get anything here? No. But we can open that up. So we shall take all of that good stuff. That's fine. In fact, I want to... And you can just hit stuff and eventually break it. And sometimes you get some goodies out of it. Not getting very much out of that. There you go, we shall loot. We've got some wood logs, very nice. Okay, let's put our torch back on. Let's have a look in the mine. Okay, all very nice, very nice. Is that something I can take? Nope. There we go, and of course you can climb up and down the ladders as well. So all quite intuitive stuff. And of course, we're just looking for anything we can beat up. So let's take our torch off, because I don't want to destroy my torch in order to get through to this new area. We'll grab, of course, the wood logs. Very nice. We'll take another torch, why not? And some more bandages. And in fact, we go into our backpack. I'm going to move the bandages over to a much later slot. So if I get injured, I can just use the bandage and happy days, we're off and away. Now, this blue stuff, this is the shroud that they were talking about. So that much I do know. And when you start off, you get a grand old 5 minutes of time in the shroud before it just kills you, basically. So there's always a little bit of time pressure to keep moving through the shroud. No, nothing to loot there. What's it saying? Yes, you can see the timer at the top there. Time is ticking down, which is fine. These things, yeah, they sort of make your shroud timer go down faster. And if I had a weapon, I would give them a good smack and blow them up. There we go. That's our first creature down. We'll take all of that good stuff. We'll have a quick look at that later. There we go. Badge is down. Yes, we shall take that. We'll have a good look through the goodies that we're picking up in a little bit. We'll just keep running through. Is there anything behind there? Not by the looks of it. No, can't. There's nothing there to loot. I guess we've got a spare torch, so there we go. We'll take some wood, and we are out. Right, so these little beacony things are sort of placed around slightly dangerous areas. So if you're about to get your butt handed to you, what they'll quite often do is have one of those little beacon things, and that way if you die, you just respawn back at that point, which is rather civilized. Now we're into the world itself. We've got bushes, and obviously we can pick those up, giving ourselves plant fiber and twigs, which is all very good. Oh, look, and then we just got some purple berries. That's wonderful. We've just eaten one of those, and that gives us a bit more health. In fact, if we have a quick look, what does it do? So we can directly consume it. There we go. So +2 health regeneration. Very nice. Right, I'm going to run around and go into full-on loot goblin mode, because we're going to need a lot of stuff. So we wandered into a new area, and it's just leveled us up. So, okay, and it's given us a skill point. All right, well, this seems like a sensible moment in that case to have a quick look at the skill tree. So merciless attack. So we've got 2 skill points that we can use. I sort of want to head into this general direction. So merciless attack. Perform merciless attack by pressing the action button to deal massive damage to an enemy you've overpowered. So as with most games, you've got a stagger bar. If you continue to smash enemies over the head hard, they get staggered, and then you get to do extra damage. I quite like the fact that actually this is a specific skill that you have to select, or not, if you want to go in a different direction. So this sounds like a good thing, so I could... I think I have to have picked that first, and then that opens up sort of further into the warrior tank tree that I want to start pursuing. But we shall start with merciless attack. So there we go. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to run around and kill stuff, and if there's something very interesting, I shall bring you back for it. In fact, I won't bring you back for it, because look, these are the graphics that we can see here. So we've got, this is all pre-generated, by the way, so there's no sort of random generated world building that you'd get in Valheim. So from that perspective, I guess you could argue that maybe the replayability is not quite as great as Valheim, but it is beautifully done, and all of this, from what I've seen, can be built as well, so you can create some quite spectacular constructions. What do we got here? Give me new stuff. No, nothing interesting. No. Right, let's just punch stuff, and hopefully we'll get some good stuff coming out of it. Fists of Fury. Right. Nice, we got a bone. Magic is very much a thing in this game. Can't break the plate. There we go. We went all Greek on it. No, can't. Okay. Yep, a little bit more wood. Oh, what's that? Another bone. Very nice. Some string. Fantastic. Some animal fur. And wood logs. Okay, I will continue to vandalise the local structures. I'll bring you back. Ooh. Okay, we took a little bit of damage there, but nothing too much. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got some fur and some lean meat. Well, everyone loves a bit of rat meat, so I'm very pleased about that. Very nice too. And then we've got these little books, and these books give us hints and tips and sometimes new locations on the world map as well. So what I won't do is I'll save everyone from hearing me read all of these things out, but what I'll try and do is pause just for a short while so people can pause and read as required. Oh, some water as well. Awesome. Let's use some of our water. Look, so now let's take the raw meat out of the hot bar. Let's go through. So we've got some wood logs. We've got these shroud spore things, so there'll be uses for those later. We've got some torn cloth. We have these runes, and the runes are broadly used for upgrading weapons and armor. We have some twigs, we have some plant fiber, we've got some bones, some string, some animal fur, a fur patch, and some wooden arrows. So all very good. Have we got anything down here that's useful? Oh, look, we've got a rusty short sword. I have no idea when we pick that up. We shall absolutely arm ourselves with that. Happy days. Back into the shroud. Oh, there we go. There's a baddie. Let's... Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay. Very nice. Took a little bit of damage there, but hopefully with a little bit of food, we can recover our health. What's this? Oh, okay. Arrows, sure, we'll take arrows. Nice, enemy down. You'll notice my broad tactics on these things is to jump in and just spam the attack key. That seems like a very well-rounded approach to survival fighting. Ooh, what's happening over here? Oh. There you go. It was a wolf. Let's take that. Oh. That, I think, was... Oh, let's do that. Let's try again. better. Right. So that's whatever the wolf killed. So there are creature-on-creature engagements here. What's that? Some lean grilled meat. Very nice. Into the backpack. The mushrooms. So they give 2 intelligence, which is great if you're a magic user. I'm not, so I'm going to stick with +1 constitution. So let's use that. There you go, we've got a much bigger health bar as a result of that, so that's just happy days. So where are we meant to be going? Oh, we're almost there. Fantastic. Slightly off to our left. That would appear to be our location. Right here. Okay, well, it's a nice big open field. I think we can do something with that. So how do we do this? If we go into our crafting menu, there you go, flame altar. But I've not picked up any rock, so fine. Let's find some rock that we can collect. No, we can't do that because we don't have a pickaxe. But we can collect that, very nice. And we've got the recipe for a stone axe. So that seems like a sensible thing. We'll pick up a mushroom as well. Very nice. Bit more stone. Okay, I'll run round. I shall go into full loot goblin mode. And I shall bring you back when we can start building stuff. So let us go into, what is it? Crafting. V for crafting. Fine. Let's craft ourselves a flame altar. So we have that. And in our backpack, so there we are. There we have it. So I'm going to put that in slot 7 so I can place that down. And here we are. So that seems like a reasonable enough place to me. There. Fantastic. And we can make ourselves a tiny bench, a tiny chest even. So let's do that. Let's follow the tips that were being given. Oh, look. And now we've got all sorts of additional things we can make ourselves. Well, actually, a club. A club sounds like a very good idea. A wand we shall come back to. A pickaxe. That seems sensible. An axe. That seems sensible as well. Can we make a bow? Sure, why not? Let's make a bow. And what do we got here? We can have a wooden shield. Sure. We can have a ragged shirt. We can't because we haven't got enough string. We've already got the ragged pants. And we need more string for the ragged boots. Fine. So now, under backpack. There we go. So now we can equip the shield. Fantastic. And we've got all of these goodies here. What's that? That was the pickaxe. We'll stick that there. That's the axe. We'll swap those two round. You can go there. Shield gets automatically equipped at the point where you use a one-handed weapon. We'll keep all of those bits at the top. Oh, that's the club. There we go. That looks pretty good. Happy days. You're not alone. There are other survivors drowsing in nearby ancient vaults. Find them so they may aid you in your journey. Go gently. One beckons nearby, just outside the shroud's grasp. Okay. So we have other flameborn, I guess, or at least survivors that we can find. And these survivors enable you to then build other stuff. So it's effectively your slow tech upgrades in some areas. Then you can reskill. So by using some runes, you can actually you can reset your skill tree. Okay, it's night time. That's not ideal. Let's see what else we can craft. That seems sensible, but we need more string. That's our string that uses plant fibre, so we can make the string. And here we go, we've got bandages as well using torn cloth and string. We've got a few of those, so I won't worry too much about that. Oh, interesting. So we can make a tiny backpack with some torn cloth and some more string. Okay, well, let's make the workbench to begin with. Let's make sure that we've got enough for that. I think that means, yeah. So now we can make the tiny backpack. We shall craft that. We have our backpack inside our backpack. There we are. And we can equip that, and whoosh, we've got an extra line of space for carrying goodies. Happy days. There's our workbench. So let's pop our workbench. Let's pop our workbench over there for now. And now we've got a whole load more new stuff we can make. So we've got a glider. So again, having played it for just a little bit, this is going to be absolutely essential, but we need shroud wood for that. So drop by dead trees in the shroud, so we need to find dead trees there. The grappling hook. So we're finding the shroud spores. We know about string. Scrap metal we just seem to be finding randomly. The construction hammer. Well, let's absolutely make one of those. And a rake. Need more string for that. So we can certainly do that. And now we can make the rake. Happy days. Now, in terms of... Oh, before we do anything else, I need more string in order to be able to make our small chest. I think it said 3. And as it happens, that's exactly what we need. So we use up all of our plant fibre, but we do now have a tiny chest. So if we now move that to there, and we can place that there. When you use the workbench, it automatically repairs all of your weapons and armour the second you go to it. So that's quite a nice little touch. Okay, we've selected the pickaxe. We've got a rock. Okay, looks like we picked up some dirt. And that's one of the other things to note about the world, is that you can actually terraform the world to some degree. And I think any of the terraforming that's done inside one of your flame boundaries means that it's a permanent change, whereas if I dug a hole here, for example, I think if I was to log out and log back in, then at that point this hole will just disappear. But you'll also notice that we've picked up some Springlands dirt, as well as the stone we were collecting. Not entirely sure. I think this has something to do with farming. That was further than I'd previously got to. So we'll run around and smash up some rocks, because I'd like to make a building made of stone. I'll bring you back in a sec. Ooh. Baddie time. Alright. Let's see if we can't do some shieldy type stuff. Nice. We got the parry off. Oh, we got another baddie. Come in, sunshine. Let's see what you got. Very good. There I was, just trying to get some rock. Oh, something else that's of interest, if I check out the backpack, you'll notice I've got an absolute metric ton of stone and earth and some rubble and all sorts of bits and pieces, but there's no specific weight carry system. So everything in this game is just based on backpack space, so you don't have some of the limitations that you might otherwise have with, say, something like Valheim. Right, so one of the other things that we can do is, looking at the map, having set down our flame altar, we can actually fast travel there. So the flame waters actually act like portals effectively. You can go from one to the other. I had just forgotten about that until just now. So go in, it's automatically updated and repaired our weapons and stuff, which is awesome. We're going to need, yeah, of course we do need more stuff for that. We will go into the Shroud in fairly short order, but first I need to make a load of these rough stone blocks, and that will allow me to then start doing some building. So I'm just going to make an absolute pile of these. I'll bring you back shortly. Wonderful. That's so much stone. We should be good for stone blocks forever. But I do plan on making something at least reasonable sized as a starter for 10. Oh, I see. So you've got to hold the Alt key down and then you can cycle through stuff. That's fine. Okay, well, let's put down some foundations then. Okay, so we've got a good start for a grand base, but I've run out of stone, so I'm going to have to get some more stone. Okay, and we're back. Now, I have done a little bit of building, but I haven't done any serious exploration, and we now have this. So, yeah, building went a little bit overboard, but we're building for the future. So we've got the downstairs areas. Some people might call these bedrooms. I like to think of them as the cells. So we've got 3 lots of 3. At some point we'll put doors on them. Iron bar doors would make me happy, just because. Obviously, this is where I'll be sleeping. A little campfire there, and then we've got the roof area. So all pretty good. Now, that's enough of all of that shenanigans. Let's crack on with the mission. What have we got here? What have we got to do? We've been to Long Keep. It's asking us to go up here. We can do that. Let's have a quick look at our character skills. No. Crafting maybe. World. Active altars. Okay, that's good, because I do want to make another flame altar up here. So, I'll collect some stone and stuff. I will see you shortly. New location, Braylam Bridge. Okay, I need some sort of grappling hook. I don't have the grappling hook, so I guess I'll pull my finger out and make that. And what's down here? Okay, new stuff. A torch, nice. Captain's Journal, day 20. Okay, very nice, very nice. What's this? Gimme, what's that? A health potion, sweet. Okay, going into the Enshrouded area. There was something about Enshrouded wood. What's this? Harvest. Yes. New mats. We will definitely take that. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. New stuff. Nice. Gets that one, fine. I don't want to venture too far in. This place looks dangerous, and I'm essentially naked, so we shall get a few bits and pieces if we can, and then steer well clear. Okay, and we're out. We made it in one piece. Nice string. We need all of those goodies. Okay. Oh, okay. Captain's journal. Very nice. Yes, we'll take all of that stuff. Let's just vandalize the place while we're here. Right, hopefully we've got enough to now make the glider. Yes, we have. Fantastic. Give me that bad boy. Right, glider, equip. Fantastic. So now I jump, and I hit the jump button again. I can do that. So that immediately cuts out the full damage I would otherwise likely die on a regular basis of. Oh. And just because, let's do that. How cool. And celebration, we hit the fence. Fantastic. Okay. Next I want the grappling hook, and then we can start progressing with some of the missions. Fine. There we go. It's not much, but it's slightly better. So we'll take it. 17 protection. Absolutely no protection. Well, okay. Well, our shirt is a substantial upgrade in that case. Right then, let's start exploring some of these enshrouded areas a bit more. So we need those spores. And we need all sorts of other stuff as well. No one in here? No? Yeah. Alright, we'll blow these bits up. So more shroud wood would be grand, but more than anything else, I think we just need enemies. Enemies like him. Ooh, a new ring. Sure. Equip. Happy days. More rooms, more spore thingy jigs. More of these things. Sure. Let's grab that. The reason I'm keeping the raw meat out of my hotbar is that it actually gives you food poisoning if you eat it, and it's all too easy, for me at least, to mispress. way out. Trying to keep a fairly close eye on just how much time I've got left and how to get out. There we go. I think I've come out to a different place though. Which isn't ideal. I can't find a way out. Maybe up there? How do I get up there? Okay, looks like we can climb this, and nice, we are out. Salt. And Enshrouded. Okay. Where are we then? Oh, I see. So we can't get over the bridge, but we've gone through the shrouds and come through. Okay. Happy days, we'll take that. New location. Cool. Oh, okay, lost my sword. Let's take the hint. And, oh, actually, maybe I could set up a flame thing here. So that way, when I want to get back, I don't have to traverse the shroud again. Crafting. Craft. Yeah. Okay, new weapon. Interesting. And that. Cool. All right, let's head back. All right, let's pop back into the shroud, see if we can't get one or two more enemies. I really, really want that grappling hook. Okay, I wanted enemies. I got them. Keeping a close eye on the time here. Come in, sunshine. Thank you. If you're going to stand there, I don't mind. Excellent, I think. Yes, we've got loads of the stuff we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Excellent. So now, wherever that is, there we are. Equip. Brilliant. Okay then, folks, I think we're going to call it there. We've made some good progress. We do have a fairly substantial base. We've got wolves killing sheep by the looks of it. There we go. We have our grappling hook. We have our glider. So we are all set up to find our first companion next time. Hope you've had fun. I know I've had a blast playing this. Very much look forward to seeing you all here again next time. Take care all.